Welcome back, folks. This is Shane. Many years ago, I did a how-to guide on how to restring an electric guitar with vintage style tuners. These are most commonly found on Fender guitars. There's also other brands that use this particular type of tuner. So if you have any type of brand that has these sort of slotted tuners like this video will be for you. Now, unlike my last video, being that I'm a left-hander, I'm going to reverse the overhead camera so it looks like a right-handed orientation. Judging by the comments section, a lot of people would have preferred to have seen a right-handed guitar in the video, but I'm a lefty, so if you're a lefty like I am, I'll link to my original video, and if you're right-handed, this video is for you. Once you know how to do this, you're going to save a whole lot of time. I much prefer these tuners. I hated them when I first got them, but I much prefer them now over anything else. So here we go. Step one, take off the existing strings. Oh, epic fail. Ugh. Now, it doesn't really matter what strings you use personally, but if you want to know what I use, I'll leave a link down in the description and you can check them out. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the low E first, which is the thickest string. So let's do this. Now, as you can see, the string is far longer than the headstock of the guitar. We don't need a lot of this with these particular tuners. This is what's great about them. What I normally do is count 2 pegs up from wherever I'm stringing from. So if I'm here, I want to make it this long. Now, some people may do it differently, but this is what I find works best for me. And then we cut the string ahead of time. Next, we want to push the string down into the hole. Now, you don't have to push hard or anything, just plop it down until it can't go any further. Now, to make things a little bit easier, what I like to do is kind of align this horizontal or vertical part straight up. Then I push down, so it's basically creating tension right here. Then I pull the string down this way. I'm pulling it away from the top of the headstock. Physically, I'm actually holding the string and pulling it this way just a little bit, just to create a bit of tension. Then, my guitar's squeaking, by the way, and then all I need to do now is to wind it under itself until we're good to go. Now, I'll show you a close-up on the next string, so stay tuned for that. But as you can see, by pulling the string downways, you're actually creating a bit of a lock, and this is far easier on these wound strings as well. So that's it. That's all you need to do. It couldn't be more simple. So we're going to show you this in a little bit more of a close-up with some different angles so you can get the gist of it. Now we're over to the 5th string, which is the A. So let's try this one. Now, as you can see, it goes in here. So we count 2 up, which is there, and we cut it again. And getting these out once you want to change strings, it's just so fast and easy. These tuners are the best. So now there's no right or wrong way how you align the actual tuner, but I'm doing it this way, the peg, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So push down again and then pull it back down. You don't have to pull too hard or anything on it, but you just want to make sure there's enough tension that it doesn't move around. And you can also guide it with your finger as well, or your thumb like that. Just hold down with your thumb to keep it going under the wound before it. And then we can do this. Boom. Over to the D string, exactly the same process. Cut it at the appropriate length. Push it down. Give it some tension. Use your thumb and index finger, which is your pointer, and do exactly the same thing again. I'll just fix the camera so it's in focus here. There we go. And as you can see, I'm not letting go of the string until there's actual tension, and then I can let go. Now, when it comes to the B string, you might know, hey, where's the other tuning peg, right? So you can just sort of guess. All you need to do is kind of get a measurement like this, use your finger or whatever, and then just move it up and sort of clip it at exactly where you think will be 2 tuning pegs across. So I'm just going to cut this here. Now, these ones you can leave a little bit more winding on if you want, or a little bit more string, but I find you don't necessarily need it. It doesn't really help with tuning stability or anything. And then we do exactly the same process. I'm pulling the string down and back. And then we wind it nice and quickly. to save ourselves some time. Now, if you don't have one of these string winders, you can get these just about anywhere. If you want to find out about this, I'll link this particular one in the description if they're still available. I've had this probably 15 years. And now over to the high E string. Let's give this one a go. This is the one that causes people the most complications usually. So exactly the same process again. As you can see, there's no guide, so I'm just going to guesstimate that that would be 1 tuning peg up, 2 tuning pegs up, somewhere around here. Now, if you're not sure, just overestimate it a little bit. Give yourself a little bit more string length just in case you do need to cut it back. But with this one, you can leave a couple more windings on, but as I mentioned a few times, you don't necessarily need to. Now, this is exactly the same process. I'm just easing it back, and then we can wind it down. So that is it. Now, with this one, what I like to do, once I get a few winds, I put my index finger under the string and do exactly the same process just to create a little bit of tension. And then that is it. Nice and fast. Shooting this video, it's taken me about 7 minutes or so, and that's how quick you can get this done. And especially if you're not talking to the camera, you can get it done even quicker. But I love these tuners. Once you get used to the vintage tuners, I think they just save you a lot of time, much like locking tuners do. Some of those are just awesome to use as well. But if I was to take a guitar with these or the string through tuners, I'm taking the vintage tuners. They're a whole lot faster once you get the system down. A huge thanks to my friend Dr. Rick for showing me this many years ago. It's just saved the day, and I was so frustrated when I got this. Hopefully this video helps. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon. See ya.